So, friends, the world's most popular cryptocurrency happens to be Bitcoin. Now, probably Bitcoin was the first practical solution to the problem of card money or the money parked in banks. So, this was in 2008 that someone called Satoshi Nakamoto announced to have created world's first practical and commercial cryptocurrency, which it named as Bitcoin. And since its inception in 2008, this has become one of the most successful cryptocurrencies in the world. Many new currencies came in crypto world, but nobody could beat the popularity of Bitcoin. And the person, Satoshi Nakamoto, is a very mysterious person. And even today, there is a controversy that who this person actually is. Nobody actually know for sure that who actually is Satoshi Nakamoto. That some of the analysis says that Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym used by a Britisher. But who is this Britisher? Nobody even know the name of this person. Many people has claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto, and a lot of guesswork has happened about the real identity of the person. But most of the theories and the buzz is not really authentic and is unproven. So, still, the person remains mysterious. The creator of Bitcoin remains mysterious. And friends, you'll be excited to know that today's this Bitcoin has become so expensive. The value of Bitcoin, one Bitcoin is equal to Indian rupees 880,000 rupees, which is really a huge sum. So when it started, it was just few dollars in 2008. One Bitcoin was just few dollars. So even in 2009, actually, the price of Bitcoin was never skyrocketed to the values of current price levels. So even in 2009, it was some few dollars equal to one Bitcoin. And the total number of Bitcoins in circulation today around the world is approximately 17.3 million only. And the way this whole system works, the more and more bitcoins are being added every year, but it will keep on reducing every year. Every 4 year, you will find that the number of bitcoins which are generated and which come to the population becomes half. So by the projections, almost 99% of the total bitcoins which will come in the circulation will be over by 2030. So only 1% of the bitcoins will be left for decades to come after 2030. So, friend, it is very, very important to understand how does this cryptocurrencies work, and especially we'll be talking about the Bitcoin. So, from the user point of view, the interface of using the Bitcoin is very similar to what they encounter in a normal credit card transaction or net banking transaction. So, you do have a screen to use your username and your password. But here, there are certain differences. And what are those differences in the interface with the users? Is that instead of the username, uh, you have to use something called address, which is a very long string of characters. Now, the password which you use in the case of transacting Bitcoin is the private key which the software gives you, which actually can be used using some kind of mathematical function to generate your address also. So the most important thing is that you need to have a private key. So unlike in a normal net banking where you have to remember both the user ID as well as the password, here, even if you have the private key and you somehow lose the address, it is possible to generate address using this private key and using the mathematical. So this is one major difference between the two interfaces from the user point of view. Now, another major difference in the case of dealing with Bitcoin is that there are no banks or some kind of card company. You don't have anything of that type. Yeah. What you have actually the Bitcoin exchanges. So in these Bitcoin exchanges, whatever the data you are feeding is all anonymous and safe. So there is no credit card or bank fees involved in this, but you have to pay a nominal mining fee, something called mining fee, which what actually is the mining fee, which is also called network fee. This I will explain to you that what is this mining fee in later section of this session. But you should know that this mining fee is highly affordable, and normally it is some few dollars for any transaction, whether it is a big transaction or a small transaction. So it is number of transaction based instead of the value based. So sometimes for very small amounts, if you want to use this Bitcoin currency, you will find that this mining fees or the network fees prohibitive in nature. So for day-to-day small transactions, probably Bitcoins are not practical to use. Now, the Bitcoin which you want to use, and when you enter the Bitcoin exchange interface, you need to use your traditional currencies to convert them into Bitcoin. That conversion take place as per the going market rate, which fluctuates very frequently, and the volatility is very, very high. So this is one major difference between the normal currencies and the cryptocurrencies, that the Bitcoin, at least the Bitcoin, which is a major cryptocurrency, is highly fluctuating and highly volatile in nature. So sending money to Bitcoin users requires that you should have the address of the user whom you are sending. So you may not know who actually owns this address, and you may not be asking for the identity of the person whom you are sending the transaction in many cases. So, and it is not necessary that you should actually know the name of the person and his location anywhere on the planet. So until you have the address, correct address, and exact address where money has to be sent, it is possible to send money. So this screenshot shows you that suppose you are sending US dollar 99.9, which get converted into this many bitcoins. So according to the going rate in the market, you can actually send this money, and sometimes this piece can be as low as zero. And you once the transaction take place, you can check the transaction that this transaction has already taken place. And the historical transactions will be coming in your account in the right side. So you can see that the historical transactions are mentioned here. So generally, the transfer of money is instant in nature, and you may not actually know the name of the recipient, which I have already explained to you, and even the recipient may not actually know your identity, because the money when it reaches him will only indicate that from which address that money has come. It will not give the identity of the person who has sent it, unless you want him to know and you want to tell them that you have sent the money. That is a different matter, but it is not required. And the money in the form of Bitcoin is actually safe, secure, and anonymous, at least theoretically. As I told you that in recent time, a lot of hue and cry has been made about the anonymity part of Bitcoin, which resulted into the misuse of the currency. And more governments are trying to regulate the Bitcoin based or other cryptocurrency based transactions. So, friends, Bitcoin can be bought and sold like any fiat currency. If you can buy some foreign currencies, hard currencies. Similarly, you can buy and sell Bitcoins. And normally, you have these kind of interfaces at the Bitcoin exchanges. Some of the important Bitcoin exchanges are like Bittrex, Coinbase. So in this slide, you can see one of the screenshot of how you can use these Bitcoin exchanges to buy not only Bitcoin but also other currencies like Ethereum, Litecoin. So you can use your credit card, the traditional credit card for payments, and you can buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, and you can actually collect them. And when the price is favorable, you can even sell them. So what happens when you buy or sell these Bitcoins? Bitcoins are deposited deposited to your Bitcoin wallet, or they are subtracted from your Bitcoin wallet. So this is how you buy and sell Bitcoins. So as you can see in this example, the going rate of the Bitcoin is pound 4,174 per Bitcoin. So this person has bought Bitcoins for pound 100, which also includes a fee of pound 3.84, as you can see here. So if he would have spent some 200, 300 or 1,000 pounds, the fee would have remained same. So normally what happens when you are buying Bitcoins worth some few $100, so you can find that the fee charge seems to be quite high.